Well, today is Good Friday for Christians around the world. Our Dondi Mercer Plank joins us with how one Columbia Church is commemorating this part of Holy Week. Dondi, we've been talking about Easter celebrations, and there are many different ways families celebrate this holiday.
And this is one, the Christian holiday commemorating, of course, the crucifixion of Jesus and his death at Calvary is taking on a renewed spirit this year as the entire world is coming through a pandemic. George Wright is the senior pastor of Shandon Baptist Church in Columbia, often referred to as that big church on Forest Drive near I-77. George, I'm sorry to make you come out on a cold, breezy day, but thank you for being with us today.
Well, it's a pleasure to join you, and it is cold, but it is beautiful.
It is a beautiful day, and George, for more reasons than just weather, one reason I wanted to interview you is because of your ability to explain the Christian life in everyday language. So first, will you talk about what Good Friday is and what is so good about Good Friday?
Yeah, Donnie, that's a great question. And you said it in the introduction of this segment, that this is all about the crucifixion of Jesus and his death on the cross. And how in the world could a day about death be something that's called good? But the reality is, the Word of God tells us in Romans chapter 5 that God demonstrates his love for us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So his death on the cross is for us. It's to provide forgiveness for our sin and to give us the invitation to be made right with God. So it really is a beautiful day to celebrate and remember what God has done.
And George, Shandon Baptist Church has not had a Good Friday service in a very, very long time. I'm not sure if ever. So
That's right.
Why now? Why did you want to have it this time, this year?
It's a great question. It really started last year during the pandemic when everything was online for churches, including us. We put out daily devotions and we're doing different segments throughout the week of Holy Week just to try and stay connected as a church body. And coming out of that, we just realized, hey, Good Friday is an opportunity for us to get together and really remember the cross and remember the personal gift that Jesus has offered to us. And so we wanted to have this opportunity to come together and to celebrate the Lord's Supper, to have a night of worship, and to remember this amazing gift that God has given us. Because right now, we are in a season where we believe everybody, including those of us here at Shandon, we need to be reminded of the reason for hope that we've been given through the good news of the gospel.
Well, what about that day in between, George? You know, that silent Saturday. Of course, we have the significance of Holy Saturday between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. What is so significant about Silent Saturday?
Yeah, that's a great question, Dondi. And imagine what it must have been like for those first disciples and for those who were following Jesus in his time on earth the day after the crucifixion, when the reality was setting in that Jesus had died. This wasn't just a bad dream. I mean, this took place. That had to have been a very sobering day. But the reality of Silent Saturday is it reminds us that while there are times in our lives that God may appear silent, God is never absent. And he is actually doing great work even in those times when we struggle to hear his voice, even when we wonder if he's even paying attention. God is still at work to do a beautiful work that we need to see and we need to experience. And so really, Silent Saturday prepares us to celebrate the beautiful gift of Easter.
Last question, George. What's your hope for viewers who are watching right now, especially those who may be attending church services for the first time this Easter, be it tonight at your service or Sunday?
Yeah, there's no question that over this last year, every single one of us have encountered some difficult circumstances. And we've all had things in our life that feel like they've been flipped upside down. And the incredible gift of Easter and the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ reminds us that God is at work, even in those difficult times. God is still in control. And my hope and my prayer for people this year at Easter, coming out of what has been a very challenging year, is that people would see the beautiful hope of the gospel and the good news of what Jesus Christ has done. We've been reminded we're not in control, but when we're reminded we're not in control, we need to look to the one who truly is. And so this is a great opportunity for us to turn our attention to the good news of what God has done.
Let's pull up those full screens and give our viewers the information then. Good Friday worship services tonight from 6 to 7 at Shandon Baptist Church, 5250 Forest Drive in Columbia. And then Sunday, April 4th, services will be at 8:30 a.m., 9:40 a.m., and 11 a.m. George Wright, Senior Pastor of Shandon Baptist Church, thank you so much. Good Friday to you, and happy Easter ahead of time. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you as well.